Ooh, shiver.
Can you send the link for YouTube? Because a friend asked me to send her the link.
Yes. It should be live now. I'll just message. I'll put it in the. I'll put it under resource. That should. No, no, no. That's definitely not it. That's our music. Oh, we are in fact live. Okay, now. I'll just message. I'll put it in the. That's it.
Okay.
Okay. So if we're up, everything seems to be working. We have sound, we have music, or ambience at least. So I would say it's about time to get started. Now, it's been a couple of weeks since we last played, so would anyone in particular like to do a recap, or would you like me to go?
After you, good sir.
There's always
Nice of you to volunteer,
resounding
yeah.
Well, the big thing is, this was the start of the third arc. You were all level 5 when Ryan did a very good description on getting, narratively working in his level up. So don't forget, you have 1 point of inspiration.
I do.
And the rest of you have inspiration to work for. But you arrived at the city of Georgiak, the home city of our rogue Leah. Now, it was possibly not exactly the start you were expecting for the people who didn't know the city, because it turned out to be a stinking, smoggy, industrial hellscape of a place. Full of dirt, full of people, full of noise, and a fair few gangsters. You had the feeling of being watched the second that you entered. You split off from your three travelling companions of Delvin, Sybil, and Tally, and you went to go and find the place that Leah was raised and their home within Georgiak, which the orphanage. On the way, you stopped off at Leah's adoptive dad's house. The Nest, was it?
You gave it a name.
The Nest, it was. And we met a very nice character. We met Boo, the aging Kenku, Leah's adoptive father. After a rather touching reunion and introductions, you then went over to visit the orphanage proper. And sorry, there's people singing outside. That was really weird for a second. It added to the ambience for myself. What happened? You met a load of the children, you inspired them with magic and tales, and you heard them talk a lot about snails. And you met... Who else did you met there? You met one of Leah's friends. Sort of friends. We're not sure how things are sitting at the moment. With Inaya. A very fiery, early mid-20-year-old, also working at the orphanage. Ben and Eritrea were kind of been sent off in the city to go and try and find somewhere to stay. While Leah had an interesting conversation with Anaya, covering lots of different things that had happened within the city while they had been away, including things such as Anaya joining up to one of the gangs who Leah also worked for, and also getting married to a guy named Ernest. While they were wandering throughout the city, Ren and Eritrea were set upon by some ruffians who, after breaking one of their noses and then throwing one of the ruffians at another one, in a very narratively driven fight that I didn't prepare, but was quite fun anyway. You met another character who scared away the others, introduced themselves as your tour guide of the Georgiak, and that was all information
that really
given.
annoyed me. Oh,
Everyone's best friend, who later turned behind, was called Noemi. You were shown basically to a pub called the Bar of Impending Doom, and you were given quite decent treatment overall. But it was very clear that you were being ordered to stay there. Word had reached Leah that you had been taken there, and not so pleasant reunion as Noemi stood up and said, "Hello, you know Leah, my fiancée." Much to the shock of everybody, including Leah. A not so nice conversation followed, but you made your escape back to the orphanage, where you were in the middle of a catch-up in one of the children's rooms, which was a big tent set up within the warehouse of the orphanage, when my internet cut out and session ended a bit prematurely. Any quick questions from last week before we get back in?
I don't think so. Yeah, I think we'll be covering it in this description now anyway, so I think we should be alright.
Okay. Well, all of you will be carrying on. You sitting in the tent. It's very, very cramped. It's lit by just a very small candle covered by a glass jar, in a way to hopefully not to set the place on fire. And it's probably early afternoon. You're talking about maybe 1 o'clock. There is a smell of cooking food wafting from the kitchens elsewhere, but we are going to start. Now, you can either start at the beginning of this scene, where you guys are going to start discussing what has happened, what's been going on, which is what we started when the session had to end last time. Or we can begin a bit further in, or at the very end. What would people prefer to do?
Actually, see, this is your scene, Leah.
Oh, it's our scene. I guess not the end, because I think we still have things to say. Do you remember what we are saying? Do you need us to start again?
You were about to explain what the actual situation is here, because I ran through what we know from the bits that you told us and the bits that we've seen. And then you were about to, I was like, you need to tell us what's going on, like all of it. And then you were like, okay, well, and then the stream cut. So very good cliffhanger.
Well.
Very good cliffhanger.
Okay. We can start there then.
Okay, so, Leah, I feel like you're not being very truthful about everything that's going on here. If you want our help, I'm more than happy to do it. But what's going on?
I'm not trying to be dishonest. I just thought that it was sad and dark information about myself that and sharing them from the beginning with you guys would have maybe changed the way we became friends. So Viviane is the boss of my neighborhood. There are 3 big bosses in this part of the city on the side of the river. Or their factory makes knives.
The weird twisty knife thing. Do you have one of those?
I
Seems
do.
Like all the people on the thing you have them. You have one as well.
I do.
Not as big as the one that your fiance had.
Oh yeah, we'll get into that as well. But firstly, okay, so they make the twisty daggers.
Yes, that's their business. But they obviously have other business. Anywhere they can make money, they are going to make money. And they have a lot of employees. I got recruited by them when I was 13 by the assistant of Viviane. You probably meet him at some point. And the thing that convinced me is that in exchange of my services, the orphanage was going to be protected by them. And they were going to stop recruiting our children because we don't want them to work for them. So that's what happened. That's my life. That's my job. And
What
about
are these services before we continue?
well, Like, do you want me to say it?
No judgment. This is a judgment-free area. You tell me what you need to tell me.
Safe tent.
Yeah.
I'm a criminal, man. I try to make sure to.
I'm a criminal, man. I know what you would say. Sorry.
Really?
That tickled me.
I'm more on the job where you have to be really stealthy and be good at hiding and at stealing. I try to avoid.
No, yeah, I get it.
I try to avoid jobs that includes violence and killing and things like that because that's not really fun, is it?
No.
What I'm hearing is you were put in a bad situation and you put your life on the line to save a bunch of kids, which I know in my book doesn't make you a bad person.
That's extremely nice, but I'm not a hero like the way you make it sound because I do enjoy stealing. I love the rush you have when you manage to stay hidden. And yeah, maybe the
You got an award for it. I mean, we know.
Mm.
We literally gave it to you.
Steve is cool. It's great. Yeah,
We like this part of you.
It's,
We celebrate it.
you do good at it. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
you're really nice. It's just my boss is not the best. And
Yeah.
my boss, Vivian, is the
So
mother of.
you're still employed to said boss, even though you were out adventuring.
I am. You mentioned earlier the existence of warlocks. It's a little bit the same. I do not know how to end this pact, let's say. Because I never saw someone getting out of it alive. So I would love to work on that at some point.
Yeah, we should work on that. That sounds like a key thing we need to work on here. Okay.
Yeah, live.
So,
Yeah, live would be good.
So weird pact. Okay. Cool.
The priority, though, is to get Inaya out of it because she was completely tricked into it and she deserves her freedom.
So wait, and I has also got a pact.
Yes.
Oh, and I as well. Okay. Cool.
Yeah. And you ask about Noemi, the person you just met. So
Yeah,
Noemi
the fiance. I didn't realize you were betrothed.
is me neither.
Oh, that doesn't sound consensual.
Well, what happened is that she is the daughter of Vivian, the big boss. You saw that she can be at first really charismatic, but then really unbearable. And Vivian, for some reason, needed a tutor for her, like she needed her daughter to be in a marriage, in a wedding. And I do not know why, but she chose me a year ago. I really thought that she was going to see that we are not good together and it was going to be done in a few weeks. It lasted for a year, like having to go to meetings and parties and show people that we are together. Nothing was going well. Everything is awkward. We obviously hate each other. That's not good. And before I left, I let Noemi know, and we got into another fight. And for once, I saw her true face when she finally agreed with me that this wasn't okay, that we needed a change. And we kind of agreed that she was going to talk to her mother. That's why I'm so surprised that she's still calling me a fiance when we are not fiancés.
Okay,
There you go.
So, break engagement. I'm just going to add it to the list of things to do.
Okay. Yep.
Again, you
Okay.
do not have to help me with the.
Oh, that's out of the question.
Yeah.
Like, you're one of us. You're a Kindler. We will help. So, break engagement.
Never thought I'd be a wedding crasher.
Hey.
An idea crossed my mind to maybe make Vivian listen to us.
Okay.
I was thinking that maybe kidnapping Noemi would be a good idea. Like, not us, because if she sees that, Vivian is going to say, well, yeah, you're married, like, take her, it's fine. But, sorry, I mean, I think she sees marriage like that. but pretending that she was kidnapped by someone else. And so we will rescue her in exchange of my freedom and the freedom of Inaya. I don't know if it's a good idea, but it's the only one I have right now.
I mean, I would like us to go through like maybe one or two more like steps before we go to kidnapping. Like I feel like
Straight up
kidnapping is a massive jump, and then it turns to like kind of like but you know it is on the table. I do think that's definitely an interesting way to go about it. Right. Okay. So, tell me more about the actual city. So we have Vivian runs the for the map's sake, it's the blue area, right?
Yeah,
The knife area. I don't. What's this area called? Do we have names?
yes, Makeras. Let me.
Makeras. So who's the leader of the other two? Is my question. Maybe we can plan a little civil dispute, so to speak. Or acquire something from one of the other two things that they need. Some kind of deal.
Greg, would you say that I know at least the names and how they look like the two other?
Oh, definitely, yes.
Leaders?
Yes. The big three are well known within the city.
Okay. So there is Cassius, who's the leader of which one, Greg?
You named them. The red one.
Yeah, but the red one. Is it the umbrellas or the toys?
Oh, toys, sorry.
So it's the Matas. Cassius is the boss of the toy area.
Okay.
And then there is the neighborhood who are making and selling umbrellas. The Skiadeons.
Why did you
Hard to
name them
say.
after Greek stuff to make it really difficult?
Okay.
Well, I'll say the first, the Skiadeon. And the boss of this one is Togadon.
Just for my bad spelling's sake, can we put those in the chat at some point, please?
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you. Okay, so we could try and see if there's something they need. Thank you. That's amazing. Can we get the leader names as well?
I'm doing it now. Carry on.
Thank you.
And the colors.
Yes, okay.
To get a list of everyone in the city.
There's a lot of people, and you haven't met all of them. I'm sorry.
So, is there like? There's obviously a divide between the three different areas, you know, and not just in their craft, but also like I'm guessing there's been civil disputes before between. What happens normally? Is it just whichever is the strong force? Does another force come in? Like, what happens if things go tits up here?
Frankly, since I'm here, I haven't seen like a big like civil war. They try to don't cross even the boundaries of our neighborhood. So I'm not sure what's happening behind closed doors. I'm sure that they have meetings together. Greg, is there anything I would add about their relationships?
It's an uneasy alliance. They know they kind of have to exist together, and they need to keep the Lord happy and well paid in terms of his taxes, and then he'll leave them alone. But yeah, I wouldn't say you know of them actively working together. You might have been sent to go and see the others, maybe with a letter, a closed letter, once or twice, but very, very rare. You know, there's minimal community.
Yeah.
I don't think there's anything there we can take advantage of right now. So I'd say like we have the option of trying diplomacy, but from what you've described, it doesn't seem like it's going to get us very far. Trying to strike maybe a deal with Vivienne, but if she's anything like her daughter, I worry what they could ask for. Seems we're asking for quite a lot here.
Yeah, we'd have to be worried about what they would trick us into as well. I mean, we may think we're agreeing to one thing and it being more than we think.
Yeah. The main thing is that I don't want you to be stuck in a pact with her. That would be awful. I guess we have to speak to her anyway and suffer like for an hour just to understand a bit what happened when I wasn't here between her and her daughter. For her to describe a little bit more the fact with Inaya to see if there's anything we can use against her.
How much does she know about you?
I managed to keep a few secrets from her.
Okay. Good.
Yeah. I think feels like she knows everything, but I don't think she.
Well, there may be some things we can use to our advantage.
Okay, so it's Anaya our next step. We're going to talk and figure out more about what pact she agreed to, and maybe I can find a loophole in it or something.
Why not? Yes, it's worth talking to her. She's quite angry though. I don't know if she show it in front of you, but.
Oh, she showed it in front of us. Don't worry. But it's fine. We're here to help. People are always angry at us when we arrive, and they're always happy to see us leave. Wait, that's wrong. Actually, no, that is actually kind of right. Samwood was so happy when we left.
No,
But yeah, so I guess we'll talk to Anaya. And did we say it was around like the afternoon time? Was like food being made? Was that the sounds we could hear from downstairs?
I'm going to say around this time you hear a brass bell being rung, and suddenly the pitter-patter and storm of a small army of feet running past where you are running around, and a bit of lively chatter breaks up downstairs, and you hear some clattering of cutlery. So you get the impression that bell was the dinner bell.
I could do with eating off this drink. It's alcohol.
Yeah. Let's do that then. Get awkwardly out of the tent.
Yeah, after you.
I really imagine this huge banquet, like different tables and different chairs all next to each other, like with probably Inaya and Boo at the end.
Yep, that's absolutely fine. Old rickety tables, chairs, none of which match each other. Some look built, some look interestingly obtained. You probably stole a couple of them, Leah, honestly, from various places. All quite stained and heavily used. But there is... Now, how many children did we say were in this place?
25?
So a very large amount of children, ranging from the really quite very young, like 4 or 5 years old, up until early teens. I think we said about 13 was going to be about the oldest.
Yeah. I think there's even like a 3 years old. It's very, very small.
Possibly being led around by some of the older kids. It could very well be considered a banquet scene, apart from the fact the food is not really up to that level of scratch. You've been spoilt recently by Marsenya's soup. Now get ready for scrap stew. It's quite watery, and not particularly seasoned, but there's bits of potato, there's bits of carrot, there's bits of unknown meat. In fact, there's 2 large pots, one with meat, one without, depending on what people like. The one with meat just smells slightly different to the other one. The kids, however, are diving at it like it's, the finest food they've ever eaten. And, they've got these old tin plates and quite bent out of shape cutlery, which is basically just a metal spoon. And, they're diving up. There's a huge amount of chatter erupting. There have been an extra table put up to one side with a few of the larger chairs there for their guests. And who else you would see? You would see Boo, quite hunched over, with a really big ladle, serving out the food to all the little kids who come up with their bowl. Inaya is helping with the other one, along with another guy who you don't recognise. He's relatively well dressed. He's got, a linen shirt and like a pullover jumper over him. Looks a little bit cleaner than everyone else, and is standing next to Inaya and helping serve all the kids. And he's got a big grin on his face. He's got, a curly brown hair, a very thick moustache, and wire-framed glasses, which are a little bit crooked as we help serve. Yeah, I would say that's what you see for now. What would people like to?
I think I would make the little fox appear again, and I make her pretend to eat from some of the kids' bowls, and then kind of like just have it curl up in the middle of the table.
Oh, that's really nice. As the kids are kind of transfixed. It's going for my food. Some of them start waving their spoons at it. It's like, my food, my food. But it's all very good-natured as little fox curls up on maybe one of the trays that some of the food had been brought out on, so it's warmer. So it's like curled up on the warmer spot in the middle of the table. And all the kids just like transfixed by it. And every now and then one goes to poke it and their finger goes through. I've got to be more gentle than that. And you're teaching them how to gently pet animals, I guess. Wonderful. Anyone else?
Yes, I'll go sit down at the table they prepared for us for now. Because everyone seems busy, so I'm going to wait until after food's done before we chat.
I'll go grab a ladle next to Inaya and this new person. Not saying anything, just to see if they're going to introduce themselves.
Okay. Inaya gives you a bit of a hard look. And the guy stands a bit straighter, looking at you and giving you a hard stare, but it feels more slightly confused or wary rather than angry, as Inaya's is. But he just gives you a bit of a curt nod.
I look him up and down and don't say anything and turn back to the children I'm serving right now.
Ooh, slightly bitchy!
Yeah.
You, however, are stopped on the way back to your chair as a toy sword is suddenly pressed into your back from behind. And you hear a voice go, "And I think we might have caught a little intruder here."
Do I recognize the voice?
You do! It is a voice you're probably quite pleased to hear, as it is an old favourite of yours as Pickle. So you turn around, and if I just... of what I'm typing right now, you see a small girl, maybe about 12 or 13, dressed in quite hard-wearing workers' clothes, but with some heavy leather gloves on. She's got her blonde hair cropped really quite short, close to her head, and quite a steely look in her eye, but a big grin stretched across her face.
I put my hands in the air, like put a knee on the floor and say, "I surrender." And let her continue her speech.
I don't know what to do if they surrender. They tend to, I don't know what to do. And she's just like, they tend to run away or fight back. Give me all your money.
Well, you should never let your guard down, and I just turn and like start tickling her.
Please make. This is going to be a grapple, so please make a strength check. And it'll be against their dexterity as they try and twist out the way.
I have -1. It's a 5.
Okay, they rolled incredibly well. So you do try and get your arms around them as you have done many times in the past, but Pickle was almost waiting for it and twists out the way at a speed that you kind of weren't expecting, and they've never been able to really do this before. But they managed to poke you again in the side, and it just makes you jerk a bit. Like, are you back for good this time?
I don't want to break any promises, so I cannot assure you that I am. However, I'm extremely happy to see you. I see that you ate a lot of soup because you're extremely fast and even taller than last time I saw you.
Absolutely. I've kept this place in good shape. I have.
I'm sure you did.
You're just here to see our food, are you?
Yes.
Ah.
I'm just lazy.
You always were. Always going, I want to sit down. I'm tired. Gotta go and do work.
That sounds like a little girl that I know more than me, but okay.
Not me. Probably that one. It just points to some random little girl elsewhere in the crowd.
Yeah, the other blonde girl. Yeah.
She will come in for a big hug with you.
Yeah, I'll probably carry her to our seat.
It's probably a bit more difficult than usual, as she is a bit heavier. Can you remind me how long you've been away as well?
2 months?
It's 2 months. She has put on a bit of weight, and you can tell that she is definitely stronger in herself. But she lets you pick her up, shall we say, as you carry her, put her in a prize seat at the head next to where Boo's going to be. Have you got lots of stories to tell us then?
Yeah, I fought a baby dragon.
What baby dragon?
Yeah. But that's a story for later.
Oh.
No, I'll keep the details. And I'll let
bedtime
you know.
stories then. Ghost story. Exactly. Ghost story. You got ghosts. Ghosts.
I can make it up.
I mean, technically.
When you come back next time, if you do leave, and then you come back, write some ghosts for us. I want a literal ghost story.
Okay. I would love that too.
Monsters and meanies and ghosts and ghoulies.
Okay.
She will turn back and start scarfing down her own food.
I'll join the others.
So you guys have a bit of time. You basically have a really good view of this, like 20-odd kids scarfing down all kinds of food. Small fights break out, which one of the 3 other adults in the room tend to go and sort out. But there's lots of laughing and cheering, just good-natured, wholesome children stuff.
I guess as we're sitting here, I'm like, how? Because I saw you go over to Mia.
Inaya?
Inaya, sorry. How have they cooled off enough for us to talk to them? And who's the dude?
I am guessing that's the new husband.
Oh. Congratulations. Yeah, okay. Well, yeah, okay, cool. We'll leave that.
Yeah, seems close enough.
Yeah, seemed happy feeding the kids. That's always lovely.
He looks pretty normal.
I mean, I don't know if you guys can tell, but it's been so long since I've been around this many kids. I'm loving it.
No. Have you been around kids a lot, except when you were a kid yourself?
No, just in the orphanage. And then I was kind of secluded for years after that, where I didn't really see anyone other than my family. So yeah, I guess I missed it.
Was your orphanage similar to this one?
Oh no.
Yeah, it's a lot darker
A lot.
and more muddy and wet. And yeah.
Most of it was a competition between the kids who was going to eat that night, not
Yeah.
this. We formed an alliance early. That's our deal.
This definitely has more of a family vibe.
That's what we're trying to do. Yeah.
It's very nice.
I'm sorry, yours was sadder.
Yeah.
To be
We're
fair,
okay, so.
we could see the sky, so I guess that's a plus. But no, what you've done here is lovely, and I've added it to my list of things we're going to save while we're here.
Thanks. But yeah, I think it could be okay to speak to her after lunch. Maybe if you both lead the conversation, it will actually be better.
Well, they haven't said a word to us yet, so I think you still need to make a introduction for us.
Okay.
I mean, I could try, but I'm actually we have Harry the Silver Tongue is here.
Yeah.
Okay, but first, I feel like we should have a song with the kids, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Right?
Why not?
So, I definitely get out the lute,
Okay.
and I'm gonna play like a typical children's song, one that's quite repetitive, one that can like, say for example, like we name an animal, we say what the animal does, and then we move on to the next animal, and like they can join in because it's one of those simple songs you can kind of guess where it's going. So I do something like that.
Okay, like a nice like campfire type song.
Yeah.
Where, yeah, you can pick up the tune quite well. You're getting people to name animals, and like 6 of them say fox in a row because clearly it's on their mind, and your fox is there. Can you please roll a performance check then?
I
Can
can.
I assist by playing my hand drum with Airy?
Yes, that is a good point. In which case, add on your performance because I guess this is a help action.
So I got a
Plus
13 plus 10.
So +3 again, so that's a
+6.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hate bards. The fact you already have a +10. I mean, 26. Also, these are kids, so the DC was really low. But
I just went and smashed it out of the park. Sure.
I think you've rolled better than you did for your performance in Radus. So, you strum along, possibly just because of the relaxed atmosphere, you're able to really get yourself into it. And, the kids are all clapping and chanting, and, as Ren is playing his drums, a few of them are bashing the table to the beat as well. I'm not sure they're adding anything to the tunefulness of it, but everyone's getting in.
Everything adds to the rhythm, man. Everything adds to the rhythm.
Okay, that's really good. You've put the kids in a really good mood. I'll say, although she's kind of sitting back with her arms crossed, you can kind of see Anaya's foot tapping ever so slightly. And Boo is like, bobbing his head, with his long beak, bobbing along to the music.
I love him.
And you see the husband, Ernest, looking around at the other kids and getting them involved as well and helping some of the younger ones, move their arms to the beat and that kind of thing. I just love that every time I say Ernest, I just look at Darcy's face.
No, I like him as a player. Yeah.
Oh, I know. It's just fun.
So I think once that's done, I kind of put my loot away. The kids are kind of like now talking amongst themselves again. I think I would go up to Anaya and just literally put my hand out and just be like, "I'm Eritrea. It's nice to meet you."
Oh, she's doing it. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Good to go.
I'll go with as well. I'll go with.
It's
Yeah.
happening.
Okay. She'll put her hand out a bit hesitantly. Yes, I heard. Sure you know who I am. I'm Naya.
Yeah, I just wanted to say I'm from, well, myself and Ren are from an orphanage, and honestly, what you're doing here with the kids, it's inspirational, and you should be proud. Yeah, it's a really lovely place.
Yes, it's a lot of work, but the kids are worth it, you know.
Yeah,
No
you
matter,
have a
no matter
family
what you
here.
have to do.
Yeah, I just wanted to let you know that I think you're doing a great job.
Thank you. She's quite clearly a little bit uncomfortable with the conversation, and Ernest himself will come across and kind of insert himself a bit and just say, "Yes, hello there. That was a very nice performance you did.
Oh, thank you, thank you. Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, well, it was my dream since, well, I grew up in an orphanage. It was always my dream to become a bard. So, and thanks to Ren and Leah, they've helped that become a reality. So, it's great. It's great that I can do that, especially for kids.
Oh
It's
yes,
a nice moment.
traveling performers are an interesting bunch and an interesting life.
Yes, yeah, for sure. We get to tell our little stories and, share with people. So,
I'm sure the kids will love all the stories you have.
thank you. Thank you. It's nice to meet you too, by the way.
Yes, sorry, I'm Ernest.
Oh, hello, Ernest. I'll put my hand out to shake.
He will put his hand out immediately as well. Is this just a normal handshake?
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know if this was going to be like the two guys, crushing each other's hands competition.
I mean, if he squeezes, I squeeze. That's the way it goes.
He is giving you a firm handshake.
Mine would be firmer. Just like I feel like I have to now. Yeah, mine would be firmer, but more just more out of respect. I'm like, oh, sorry. Hi.
Oh, that's worse. Apologising.
Sorry. It's kind of my thing. Naya and yourself, I'm guessing you probably are wise to most of this. Once the kids have settled, can we talk about a certain conversation you had with Leah earlier? We want to help.
Do.
Ernest will certainly go to answer before looking down to Inaya, kind of waiting to see if she's going to say yes or no first, and yes, fine, okay.
Thank you.
Can't be long. We can't leave the kids running around by themselves.
Of course not. Be quick.
Let's go into the kitchen. Kids, don't worry. We'll do the washing up today. We have guests, so and have a special day. I don't know. Go enjoy something. And Boo will like shuffle.
I'll gesture to Leah to follow. And I guess the first thing I do is I'll go over to the wash basin to start washing up while we're chatting.
So she's gonna offer.
Yeah, no, I'm not even gonna offer. I'm just gonna go over and start doing it. And I'm like, okay, so everyone in this room knows everything you told me earlier, Leah. The weird pact thing, right?
Yeah.
Before I start ruining lives here.
I would say both Inaya and Ernest now shoot the angry glances. Like you can really tell with Ernest, he's got extremely heavy eyebrows and a moustache, which is very, very expressive. So they're usually quite up, but the second you say that, it's just like they furrow immediately down.
I see my face just switch in 1 second. I first look at him like, what do you want? And then look at Inaya and then, I'm so sorry.
So Ernest has earnest expressions.
The bard being wordy, of course. Yes. What did you... want to know, I guess.
I would like to know the terms of this pact so I can find a loophole to bring you both out of this.
Not a pact. Not some eldritch demon or some shit.
There's a contract, and if you don't do the contract thing, they'll kill you. It's the same thing. So just tell me the pact so I can try and get you out of this. We're gonna lawyer this thing up. There's probably not one of those in this universe, but we're gonna look through what the do's and don'ts are and see if we can find a don't that can turn into a do.
Yeah, I think it's important to remember here that, I know you don't know us, but we are allies.
Yeah.
We're not here to harm you, we're here to help you. So the more that you can help us, the more we can help you.
What do you have to say about that, Leah?
I wasn't sure you wanted to hear me, so that's why I'm staying quiet.
The deal is exactly the same as what everyone else had. I work for Yen, Old, and people around her, and they don't come and recruit kids to go and do the work, whatever work they want there.
And this is until the end of time. Is there like a time limit on this thing?
Till death do us part, kind of thing.
Why would anyone agree to this? I understand, but my goodness. All right.
You're
Okay.
basically marriage.
Yes, said that twice in a short time. It's not literally, a written contract, and technically the part about not going after the kids doesn't even technically count because that was already in place, apparently. So
What do you mean apparently?
it was. Did you not explain?
When you
Yeah.
left, did you tell them that you set the thing?
Well, they kind of knew that it was weird that Vision wasn't attacking or recruiting the orphanage. Didn't give all the details. I didn't warn that the pact was still on whilst I was away. That was a mistake. I should have thought that it was obvious. I apologize again. So that's what caused the problem. Inaya thought that she had to do the pact in case I was gone forever or dead.
Did you just up and leave?
Left a note.
Oh my goodness! Sorry.
Ren,
sorry.
you said you
sorry.
wouldn't joke.
I know. I said it. I said sorry. Whew. Okay, I understand all the emotions in this room now. It's a work in progress. Naya, it's a work in progress. Okay, it's a work in progress. Oh, okay. Okay, cool. So the only thing that's on this contract oath pact thing is work for Vivian and the people around her.
And this is all word of mouth, right?
This is all.
You haven't signed anything?
No.
No ritual?
Oh.
Oh no. Oh no. Okay.
Say less.
No, say more. Say more. I need to know what is in this. So what ritual like thing? Are you sure this isn't a pact? Are you sure Vivian isn't actually a no? Because the knife thing. No.
Oh, your friend must have gone through the exact same thing.
Hmm?
Friend?
Should I tell them or should you? What do you
To
have
me.
to do?
For me.
Not really a. No, not.
Oh, sorry. Oof. Good to say.
Leo,
Yeah.
right?
Yes. What you have to do. Not really a pact, but not really a ritual, but an initiation.
Really? That's
It's,
your
he's
vengeance?
asking the question.
I mean, it would be helpful to know.
I
Sorry.
mean, yeah.
I did not thought you would do something like that, but Oh, well, if it can help you forgive me, I'll tell them. Can I just insight to see if there's any kind of regret on her face? Because it's
Absolutely
quite mean
inside
to do
check,
that,
yeah.
and she's really kind. I think it's something like 10. I forgot my insight.
You can't read regret, but you've known her for a long time, and you can tell there is a lot of pain that she's trying to keep. I think that's what, with a 10-ish, that's what you get. You can tell that she's definitely angry, but you can tell it's more that it's an outlet of things she's had to go through, more than literally hating.
I guess that it wouldn't be welcome if I said that I'm not comfortable saying that in front of Ernest.
Knows what I had to do.
Fine. Really nice to meet you, Ernest. Here's the story of when I was 13 years old. Gauthier, the assistant of Vivian, came at least twice before I finally accept working for them. First time it was quite convincing / menacing, and I accepted. I didn't know what you had to do to become one of them. I don't know if I can look at you when I say that. I start like washing the dishes to just don't face the others. It depends on your skills, but it's often the same. You have to kill someone when I continue the dishes. I arrive in this dark room. Vivian and her bodyguard was here. There was a man tied up on the floor. He was in his 30s. He was a little bit bald. He had glasses. He looked afraid. He was already beaten up. They give you one of their knives, one of the twisted knives. They are quite deadly. You have to use them to prove that they can trust you. So I did that. And I just put like my hands on the sink, done with the dishes. Checking a little bit. I probably just take out the knife then out of my pocket and put it on the kitchen table. Not looking at you guys, looking at my feet.
I guess I'll put my hand on your shoulder for a second and just be like, thank you for saying all that, and I'm sorry you had to go through that.
I also did just exactly the same thing, just instinctively, just hand on the shoulder. Not too long, just a little, like, comfort.
I will
And I
say
guess
that
I would use... Oh, go on.
I was just going to say, just while you guys are comforting Leah, Ernest is kind of standing near to Inaya, but he really reaching out for her, and you can tell that she is, her eyes are suddenly quite, she's looking down. She's like, wrapped her arms around herself slightly. He's looking at her, but not reaching out to help. He looks a little bit helpless. Both of them.
I guess when I raise my eyes, I will look at her and say, and Naya probably had to do something similar. It's up to you to share. I don't know if it will help us help you if you share, but...
I don't know what there is to say about it, really. He and another aspirant, for want of a better word, went into a pit. One of us left.
Oh, this place is awful. Okay. Cool.
Well, the first things that Vivian told me, way out, was that you had already made a deal.
You did what you had to do. You both did. It's important to remember that.
What's the point? Like,
You did what you had to do.
You willing to do anything to protect this orphanage? Just to show strength.
and making sure that the kids don't have to go through that. know, otherwise, you've seen what some of the other kids who don't do. They do work for them straight away. Because, you need money to live, even the new masks and stuff, so you don't choke to death on this fucking hair, and it's go and work in the factory too young and crawl through tiny vents cleaning out all kinds of shit and rats, and you make sure the kids don't have to do that.
So, a pact sealed by blood, by death, what could that mean? Bren, would you know?
I don't think this is anything magical. I think it's just a fear thing that kind of signs you in for life. You draw blood to enter, you draw blood to leave, kind of thing. I'm guessing that's the metaphor that Vivian's going for. Do we need this woman alive? Is there a path here where we don't need Vivian alive here?
Keep your fucking voice down.
It's only us in the kitchen, okay? Just chill.
The kids heard, but if just because they're not recruiting the kids, you don't know. There's always people around somewhere here.
I guess I'll have a quick glance around and then just nod or shake your head. That's fine. I just need to know if there's a possibility, just in case.
From now on, can we refer to her as V?
Do we need V alive? Is that a thing? Will the infrastructure of this whole place go down if we take down V?
That wouldn't be a bad thing, but I don't think it's possible. Untouchable.
The thing I'm worried about is if we do manage to lay a blow on V, does someone just pop up to replace them, or?
Probably Noemi, yeah.
And we don't have a deal with Noemi.
What if we were to place somebody else in charge? Like Anaya, for example?
No, there's another guy. Go. What's his name? Yeah, isn't he a bit more agreeable?
Piece of shit. No, you don't want him. He loves himself.
Merde.
Okay, we'll cross that one off the list. Okay, you don't have enough information to go off on any particular. Anaya, I know I've been very demanding with my questions, but I have just one more, if you will indulge me.
I don't know if there's anything worse you could ask, so go ahead.
I apologise. I needed to get a better idea of what was going on to fix it. What kind of jobs are you sent on, Anaya? How often are they?
It varies. I mean, given going on recently, then it's more, keeping watch around various places. And tends to be if somebody out of action for a little bit. That's the kind of job I go for. Or am sent on, at least. And then, I don't know, now that you're back, I guess you'll start getting jobs again.
Yeah.
I guess whatever deal you had to leave is over, so then it's business as usual, I expect.
You won't know more until we talk to her. Okay. I'm really sorry for my questions, Anaya, and thank you for indulging me.
It's a really shitty situation, but one we're in, and it keeps the kids safe. That's all there is to it.
Can I speak to you 1 minute? One-to-one, Inaya, please.
Yes, sure. Yeah, okay. Ernest will go to pass on the shoulder and just be, no, I'll be okay. I'll be out soon.
I've heard everything I need to. I'm gonna go entertain the kids for a while while you guys chat.
I won't be long.
No worries.
So the three of you, well, the two of you and Ernest leave. Ernest goes and basically slumps in one of the seats at one of the tables, and he looked kind of destroyed.
I'll sit next to him.
We will do your bit in a minute, because I'd like to do the Naya and Leah conversation.
Oh, I
First.
won't. I won't say anything. I'll just sit next to him in like an also destroyed kind of sense of like a. That's about it.
Slumped. You slumped down next to him.
Yeah.
He's probably about your size. Like he's quite a tall guy. So the sight of you two moping is probably
Yeah.
quite heartbreaking, if I'm honest.
Very cute.
So I'll go I'll go back into the kitchen. Well, here we are. Ask.
I'm not really asking. Please tell me next time they give you a job, because I'll do it. I know that you are always the one good at fighting and me more at hiding and stealing. However, over the past 2 months, I really became good at it, and you know that I have the capacity to be you, even though I never did that before. Just tell me, and I'll go and I'll pretend to be you. Okay?
I get what you and big guy's name was talking about how
Right.
getting out of the deal and all of that, but this isn't some problem you can just walk in and solve. You know this. I don't know what's going through his head, but you know how this place works.
It's hope. It's hope going through his head. Something that we are lacking here.
Well,
And forgive me, but I kind of want to believe him right now.
hope is what's going to fucking kill you in the end.
I don't care. Frankly, I don't care. I just want the children to be safe and you to be free.
Frankly, I know I'm on rota tonight.
You are.
Yes, I'm on rota. I'm on lookout duty, up north by the river. It's honestly, you've kind of come here at a really time. Things have got even worse than usual. If I'm being really bloody honest, there's obviously the usual crime, and the kids are still wandering the street in the day sometimes because we don't have enough for them to do really. But we have them coming back as early as possible because there's definitely something weird going on out on the streets, and the three aren't fixing it.
Wait, what's weird in the street?
The kids are talking about, well, some turning up dead and not on the words, not on the orders of anybody in charge, and it's been quite a few. I think
How how are they killed?
very, very violently. It's they're coming out in not quite in pieces, but in a bad state, and the kids are, complaining about a monster wandering about the streets. So that's how we're trying to keep them in by telling them it's true to keep them in. But the three aren't moving on this much.
That there could be a chance. Like, I am so sorry to smile in a time like this, but if we manage to get this monster, death is bad for business. And she's losing quite a lot of employees right now. So maybe it could be our freedom. That's an amazing information. And I'm so sorry for all the people who got killed, but oh my god, I need to tell the others. Do you
Yeah, just stop it. Like, you haven't seen the state that some of the people are coming back in. Like, this is a really shit situation we're in, but it's not worth you dying for, getting you or your friends killed for. As horrible as this shit is surviving.
they are a really good fighter, and I'll do my best to protect them. And yes, they are worth it, and you are worth it. You don't have a choice here. I'm sorry.
Don't want to have to tell the kids that the monster got you just as you came back. Couldn't.
Well, tell them that. You're good at telling them stories. I'm sure you'll make up a story if this happened, but it won't happen. Don't worry. Trust me, I got so much better at fighting. You should see me. I killed a baby dragon.
Fine. I know I can't talk you out of shit. Got back. Just
I won't.
I just was no, please.
You're fine.
For what it's worth, your husband sounds nice.
Is a nice, normal person. And normal is good enough.
I'm.
Sorry, yikes.
Yeah, I'm not going to add anything else. I'm going to start working on the plan, okay? Thanks for all the details. Very helpful.
Luck, I guess.
They were about like probably to touch her shoulder, but just leave. Okay.
That's exactly what Ernest did earlier.
She's a scary
Oh,
woman.
dear.
I'm gonna try and grab Leah on the way out by the arm and
So
just be like,
were you waiting by like the door for Leah to
yeah,
leave
sort of
it?
waiting like nearby. Yeah, I'd just kind of be like, look, I get maybe now's not a good time, but we need to talk. So find me when you're ready.
Can we speak now? Maybe I'm on
Yeah,
the road, so
yeah.
have a deep conversation.
Where do you want to go?
This place is nice. Like if we climb several ladders, like go to platform, it's like the highest platform, and you can just sit and let your legs dangle down and look over our little kingdom.
So, rough night, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. I get it. But I mean, before we get into anything, I guess I just want to say, like, we don't look at you any different for what happened, you know. You did what you had to do in a situation, and you know, I think traveling with you, I've definitely seen that killing someone is always your last option. You do everything you can to save people and keep people alive, even when they're bad. So, you know, that's how I see you.
That is so nice of you to say.
The
I guess
truth.
before this thing happened, I didn't thought much about death and killing people. I just thought it was something that hero did without thinking. And then it happened, and I realized how awful it is. And yeah, I always, like you say, try my best to avoid death. Thank you.
Okay. So yeah, I've just a couple of questions, I guess. But I mean, can we possibly have a link so we can chat and know that no one's listening?
Sure. Yeah. Let me do that. Can you look at me?
Sure.
When she does that, I roll my die. Okay, we should be good for 4 hours.
Great. Long night then.
Then you're going to be sitting downstairs with Ernest for the next 4 hours.
I think after like 20 minutes, I get a piece of parchment out. I start frantically trying to make plans that don't work, scrumple up the paper, and then do another one. And just while trying to figure out how we're going to get out of this situation. It's like,
I imagine finding Ren like the meme, you know, of the guy in the office putting so many papers
yeah,
and
pretty
running.
much. So it's like,
Yeah. So yeah, okay.
Um,
I will just say, like, for audience, that the next bit of conversation is just like psychic connection. So we're not saying it out loud. But Eritrea does find it hard to do that and still not make the facial expressions because they are performers, so it just comes naturally to them. You know, the facial expressions go with the thoughts. You know. So yeah, yeah. The first thing I wanted to ask was, do they like, does V know about your ability to transform, to change?
no, I don't think she does because I have I am an employee of her in the other form that you saw at the tavern the other day, the blonde version of myself. I didn't have to do anything awful to get this job because it's mainly being a messenger. It's thanks to
Okay.
Blythe. He's like this big guy, the bodyguard of V. And thanks to him, I didn't have to do anything awful. But yeah, I don't think she knows that this person is
Okay.
awesome.
This is a good thing. This is definitely something we could use to our advantage. I mean,
It
we
is
have
amazing.
like
Yeah.
we have a trump card, you know?
Yeah.
So yeah, that is good. Um yeah, I guess like uh I'm curious, like what is this uh fiance thing? Like could you tell me a little bit about it or I mean I know you explained it a little bit, but I just sorry, I'm curious. I know it's none of my business, but
I'm. Is it still in their heads?
yeah.
Same. I think they're starting to be a little bit like you, like doing facial expression, moving their shoulders and their hands. But now they're going to stop looking at you because they're a bit embarrassed. I'm not even sure what to add. Maybe we'll explain why I am so awkward when it comes to flirting. Um, I don't have the biggest experience with dating and stuff like that, and this real relationship definitely broke me a little. I'm not like it's weird. I'm a rogue. I'm can be okay at deception, but I'm not the best at faking this kind of thing. And she's not a person who who's a good listener, let's say. Um, yeah, I don't know. I felt like for a year I was just living in her shadow, and at some point I even thought, maybe let's make this work and try to force myself, but you cannot just fall in love with someone like that that you don't like. Sorry, I'm being really awkward.
No, not at all. I mean, in the sense, you know, it sounds like it kind of traumatized you a little bit.
Yeah, you can say
You know,
that.
I think it's hard to let people love you when you've had a bad experience of being loved or been
Yeah.
loved in the wrong way, you know?
Got a bit real.
Yeah.
I mean, I have Boo. He gave me all of his love as a father, and Inaya, even though you see her in a bad day and she can be tough,
Yeah.
I think we love each other in our own way.
It's a different kind of love, you know? It's hard to open yourself up romantically to people when you've done it or tried to in the past and it's been with the wrong person. So,
You probably like touched their curiosity when you said that, and they're going to turn back to you and say, "Can you explain? Because I don't think I ever felt this kind of romantic love. Have you?" And they're going to turn again, looking in front of them.
I mean, I guess once before. Uh, b- I also, I guess, I mean, if we're being honest, I'm not very good when it comes to things like that. Like,
Yeah, you are. Sorry,
no,
don't want
no,
to-
this is the thing. You see, the more I like someone, the worse I am with it. The more shy I become, the more like unbard-like I become. Whereas if it's someone where I need to flirt with them to help you guys or to help a friend or something, oh, I'm your girl. Like, you know, that's
Yeah.
easy. But yeah, when it's real for me, that's hard. Yeah.
And you say it happened before?
Yeah, someone I thought that maybe would... Well, someone that I connected with, I thought I knew them, and I thought that they were going to help me escape my adopted family. And it turned out they were working for them the whole time, and they were just trying to get information from me. So I have some trust issues, you could say. Yeah. I also,
Okay.
you know,
Oh.
like the denial. That's a big thing. And I mean, don't read into it, but when they announced that they were your fiance, I can't tell you why, but that made me jealous.
They're going to blush, but you cannot see it because they decided their persona is not blushing. Oh, I'm really sorry that knowing out of everyone is impacting your life. Like, is it nothing? But you can see that they're smiling when you said that. When you're not supposed to smile when someone said that they were a little bit hurt.
Yeah, but yeah, don't apologize. It's fine. Maybe I was oversharing. So
No, you never overshare. It's really nice to be around people like you.
okay.
You're good at communicating your feelings. It's very cool.
Cool. Well, yeah. I'm gonna go awkward now. Like Eritrea gets awkward now. She's like, yeah, good chat. Yeah.
Again, what we are about to do. Oh yeah, I may have found a plan, but I'm going to say that when Ryan is here. It's going to be
Yep.
even more dangerous than what we did in the past, and I would hate for you to get hurt or trapped. So again, you don't have to do this. And then I'm going to stop saying that.
Okay. Well, sounds like a good time to me.
Thanks for, existing. And I'm going to get up when I say that.
I'm gonna get up too and give it a little shoulder nudge.
And I'm going to go back down probably to Ren doing his plan.
I genuinely started doing one.
I love that. I would give you a second inspiration point if you didn't already have one.
But that's cool. Thank you.
However, you've had a couple of conversations, so now I'm going to go to Ren and Ernest, slumped at the table. So this is basically right at the very start. I'll say that you, Leah and Eritrea, have kind of just walked past them. So this was probably around the time you started writing stuff down, Ren.
I would say, yeah, like I would probably be look defeated until I saw Leah and Eri walking to go somewhere. Like, no, I need to protect them. Okay, this is what we're going to do. Then I'm going to start like scribbling down stuff, trying to connect dots and find a loophole. So yeah,
Ernest is sitting there. He's gone to get like a large tankard of something, and you think, oh, it might be beer or something, but you can't smell it, and then you kind of cotton on that it's just water, but he's drinking it and like nursing it like it's a beer. Like he looks like the saddest alcoholic in a pub, but it's water, and you're in an orphanage. So he doesn't really interact with you that much. But what is your passive perception?
scary. It's not high. It's 12.
Okay, that's actually, they rolled very badly. You are sitting there working on your various plans, and you hear kids running around every now and then and laughter, and then notice the kids' laughter has gone quiet. Like that. Unfortunately, the other two are deep in this love romance conversation, which I loved, by the way. That was so good. But Ren, you notice that they appear to have stopped whatever it is they were doing.
And I'll stop while I was writing. I'm like, kids.
And you hear approaching from within the orphanage what almost sound like high-heeled shoes. Very quite clipped, short footsteps. As someone's clearly striding towards you. You can't quite see them yet. Yes.
I guess I'll put away my notes.
That's the main thing I want to know if you were going to do.
Yeah, like, tidy my cloak a bit, and like, I'll sit there as if I was just deep in thought.
Somebody walks through the door into this little dining area, and they are quite a lanky gentleman. They've got long, almost like dreadlocked hair done up in braids. While everyone else, like all the kids and everything, have got very quite pale, gaunt skin from the lack of light, this guy's got a much... Have you already worked out who it is? If you've already sent the picture. Yes. This guy's quite dark and dusky skinned. He's got heavy rings on, and his braids are encrusted with various silver jewellery. He's wearing like multiple robes and with a bright white rope tying them together. Imagine kind of like slutty monk. It's the way I've been thinking about this.
Oh, make him a monk.
But he's got extremely piercing, like almost glowing blue eyes, like kind of like eyes, you know, you can feel stabbing at you whenever they... I think this gentleman just walks in and looks at the quite sorry grouping of the two gentlemen and just be like, well, don't you look like a sorry pair?
I mean, there's no sun in the sky. What's there to be happy about right now? I'm Ren, by the way, and I'll go to reach out my hand.
He'll do it, but he'll do the almost like kingly kiss my ring pose. Yeah. Well, you certainly look delightful. But he'll take a seat next to you while brushing off some of the detritus on the chair and just be... Well, I know who this one is. So pleasant to see you again, Ernest. But you tell. You said Ren.
Yeah, can I look at Ernest and like roll like an insight to see what feelings are going through his head after seeing this individual?
Please do.
I feel like that's a good roll. And that is nice. How does a dirty 20 do for you?
Dirty 20. So the second this guy's voice started talking, you see Ernest's knuckles go white as he suddenly grips the tankard a lot tighter. While he was kind of just like languishing before, you can tell he is entirely tense, and his eyes, while they're still staring down towards the table, they're definitely wider, and you're not certain if it's with shock or fury. Can't work it out. Possibly both, honestly.
Yeah, no, I'm Ren. I'm a traveling paladin of Sune. I hear there's brothels here that could do with a blessing. Yep, that's what I heard.
Well, there certainly are plenty of those. But you're here to bless brothels. What are you doing in an orphanage?
Well, you see, I like to help everybody. So Sune sends me to the brothels, but coming from an orphanage back a long time ago, I like to help out. So that's why I'm here, helping out.
Fascinating.
I still haven't seemed to have caught your name though.
Oh, Gautier. Enchanted.
Okay, shit. Cool. Okay. Hi, Gautier.
No, not Gautier. Gautier.
Gautier, sorry. Hi, Gautier.
Names are very important.
Of course they are. That's why mine's only got 3 letters.
You didn't want to waste letters on the wrong sort.
Oh, brother.
Anyway, Ernest, dear, I am looking for your charming wife. And the Well, a returning hero. Ernest, coughs. Very bit split. Anaya's is in the kitchen. But I would maybe wait a couple of minutes or so, just give them time to sort out what it is they're doing. I would say this is probably the time that Leah and Eritrea are coming back.
Mhm.
Thank you. You're such a good man. Anyway, yes. But I suppose if I'm going to be waiting a couple more minutes, I get to have your lovely acquaintances for a bit longer. So, will you be? I assume you're going to be paying for the use of the brothels while you're here, Ren? That might be one of the first things you two hear as you come back.
Did you say
so-
brothel?
Save me.
Like hearing that, like I'm smiling, and then I notice Gauthier rush to the table, slam the table, and say like, "What are you doing here?"
You're not
Dear,
a friend with care.
Be nothing to do that.
wonderful to have you back with us.
You know you're not allowed here.
Well, I'm not allowed to interact with your rabble. But unfortunately, I am also here on business.
What do you want?
Well, two things. I'm here to give Inaya her business for this evening. Plans change here to now. And of course, I was here to see you. I would call
Well,
you a
you
knight
saw
in
me.
shining armour, but you seem to have outsourced that to our brothel-loving friend here. You have a meeting. The Queen wishes to
Do
see
I?
you.
Really?
Yes.
Where?
Her office, of course. I heard you swung by earlier, but you must have just missed her.
I don't want to go alone. I want to go with my friends.
I mean, sure, of course. I'm sure she'd be just ecstatic to meet them.
So you're just here to tell us our message?
Well, I wanted to do it in person. And as I said, I have business with Anaya. I think she's probably had enough time to sort out whatever stuff goes on in the kitchen, the cleaning or whatever. So I suggest you get moving. Don't want to wait.
You can tell us what you have to tell to Inaya. Like we basically have the same job.
Fantastic. How about no? What I do with my fucking business and Anaya's fucking business is between us.
I just like she's in the room, right? Inaya.
She's in the kitchen in the next room.
Okay.
Well, this has been a delightful little reunion. I'm sure I'll be seeing you soon. Ta. And he will saunter with quite a sachet. He's got quite a swaying walk. He heads into the kitchen. I will say that you've been given the message and that kind of thing. Should we take a break here?
Yes, I
yeah.
have feelings to process after that.
Things to process and apparently things to relieve. So I will say about 10 minutes. Hello, plant. So it's about past now. So 22, would that do for everybody?
Yeah, it's good for me.
That's fine.
Okay, we will see you very, very soon. Now, I don't know why my chat isn't updating. Right, we are back, and we have a bit of background. So, you have just been left in the dining hall, having met the charming Gautier. I'm sorry, I just love the slutty monk comparison now. That's all I'm ever going to think of him as. And he's gone into the kitchen to go and have a word with Anaya for her work for the evening. So you were left with a sachet and a wink. You have been asked to go and see Vivienne in her office immediately.
Oh yeah. Could I roll a quick stealth to see if I can listen what he's asking to Inaya to know if I can do it for her?
Yes.
Could have checked what is my stealth before asking.
Said the rogue. Oh, I don't know if I'm still high enough.
Ooh! 18 plus 9.
Fuck.
Whatever that is.
Come on.
27.
Yeah! So, you kind of add your way over to the door and try and listen in. A cat runs past your feet about. The voices are a little bit muffled, but you do hear... He's got very good pronunciation, Gautier. So, although it's a bit muffled, you can still make out some of what he is saying. And you pick up that Inaya's watch for this evening has been moved to the corner overlooking the Togadon Mafia area. Rather than looking over the river, she's been moved to keep an eye on Togadon. She's going to be there for the entire night, and so she really should better stock up on masks for the evening. It can be awfully stuffy up there, I'm told, at least. Yeah.
Okay, so it's still a watch.
Yes. She does ask why she's been moved, because it's not her usual plot, and he just says, "Not for you to know. Do as you're told. You have been doing ever so well at that."
Ooh, I'm that close to enter the room and smack him in the face. Okay.
So yeah, that's what you overhead.
I'll go back to the others.
The three of you. Standing in the kitchen, deciding what you want to do.
I'm guessing we should leave if we've got a meeting.
Yeah, before we go, I learned something really interesting, but maybe let's go chat outside, because we are really close to Gautier.
Yeah. I mean, if we're worried about people hearing us, you can do that. The link thing.
True.
I mean, we've already got one running, so.
Never mind. Just tell me the important bits as when it's, quiet or loud. Whichever, do it the most stealthy way as we walk. I don't want you to get in any more trouble than you already are.
I'm being really stealthy, so what I'm saying is like really whispers. I'll just tell you that Inaya told me that there is the rumor of a monster killing people in the streets, and apparently any kind of people, including employees of Vivian. So maybe if we manage to catch this thing, it would be good, and we could do that in exchange of our freedom. What do you think about that?
So I would have gone through a variety of emotions when you said monster, like, ooh, monster hunting. Then you said kill those people, like, oh shoot. I mean, definitely monster hunting now, but. And then you said, Vivian's people. I was like, okay, we can work with that. And I'm like, no, she should still not be happy. That's death. Okay, yeah, I think we could work with this. Seems we have to meet her now anyway. Maybe if we can get to a part where we can offer a deal for one of the few things that we have written down here. I'm guessing the most important one would be for you is the Anaya's pact.
Mm.
But obviously we want to protect the orphanage as well, and break your pact, and break the engagement.
Yeah. So 3 things, really.
So I've got a list of things to do. But yeah, if we can offer a deal, maybe stop her losing money or whatever it is they deal with. I
Yep.
think that would work. Okay,
Cool.
so Gautier is the asshole. Sorry, I'm doing war notes. But yeah, I'm walking with the pie, still thinking about stuff.
So we're working towards her.
Yeah, so it's a place that you know because you went there earlier today, surprisingly. That is where her office is. I think I said it's kind of near the river, if I'm not wrong. I need to try and remember where I said it was. So it is a bit of a walk to the city. You are still crammed in. It's still, packed with people walking everywhere. It's loud. It's noisy. But you are able to make your way. I would say, Leah, you know the best back routes. You know how to dart through. So I'm actually going to have people do a check for this, I feel. So when you are all presented with a huge flow of people, how do you make your way through that flow?
I
Even
push
me?
through.
Everyone.
I kind of just use my size and push through most of the time.
You absolutely can. So that would be a strength check, please. But don't tell me what it is yet. Eri, how do you think you deal with large crowds?
I pull out the old lute, start plucking a little tune, and I kind of start weaving my way through like I was dancing.
Okay. Can I just get a general... I'm going to say a dexterity check, but I'm going to lower it a bit because you'd be using your performance as well. And Leah.
Really stealthy, like going through people, but maybe helping Ren if it's that possible. Like, for example, if he step onto the feet of someone, maybe like doing this on the shoulder of the person in front to just create a fight between them and pretending it wasn't him, like things like that. Because I like the chaos.
Okay. So I will decrease Ren's DC for that. And so if you're just trying to dart through, that will probably just be a straight dex check for yourself.
So I got a 12, but I panicked for a minute because I thought I'd rolled a 1, but it was a 7. It's like, oh no! Oh wait.
Is your dexterity plus 5?
Yeah.
Are you looking at the right character sheet?
Are you sure about that?
Yeah.
I only have +3.
What's your dexterity
Which
little
one are you
number
looking at?
score?
Oh wait a minute. That's no. That's wrong.
Because that's
My
what
bad.
happened when you max out your dexterity.
Yeah,
you
yeah,
get
yeah.
plus five.
No, that's my saving throw. That's like me just looking in the wrong place. That's
Yeah.
it's a +2, so it's a
No.
9.
Okay.
Yeah, I can't count. It's fine.
Ren.
15.
15? Okay. Yeah.
12.
Okay. Leah's DC is really low because you're so used to this environment. So you are able to nip through. You need like a 5 or less to do shit on it. Ren, 15. That's really strong. You are able to use your strength and brute. You are jostled a lot through this. People are always kind of bouncing off you, and there are shouts echoing behind you of get out of the way, you big fuck, kind of thing. Very polite city, of course, full of decorum.
And you, good sir, and you!
Area 12. Now that isn't great.
No.
So you are also bashed about a fair bit with this. And unfortunately, because you're smaller and you're kind of weaving a bit, you're a bit less steady, less strong on your
I
feet.
guess the conversation with Liam might have knocked me a bit because it's something probably usually I would be good at, but maybe I'm a little bit distracted.
Oh. That's what happened when you have romance in my game. I punish you for it. Or apparently you punish yourself. So I'm going to say... Can you roll a perception check.
All of us, or
Just Eritrea.
Has got 20.
Oh.
Okay, so you're making your way through. You are being buffeted about quite badly, and you feel some hands trying to enter your pockets as people are trying to pickpocket you. As the person dancing through the street is clearly a tourist. However, with your 20, you are able to twist and move and bat them away. Every now and then, you might clonk someone in the head with your with the head of your loot. It's quite a satisfying dong noise, and you managed to get away without anything getting nicked. Otherwise, you would have lost some of your stuff.
The best part about that is I swapped out my loot for the old one, so I wouldn't even mind about it getting damaged.
and all the gold is in the vaults as well.
Yeah. Yeah, even if I did get pickpocketed, I have like nothing on me.
Yeah, but you rolled well on that anyway.
Yeah.
So you managed to get your way. It takes maybe 25 minutes to get through the city. You end up. It looks like just a townhouse from the outside, as I described before. You know, maybe 4, 5 flights tall. The shawls you're wearing now are all filthy. Because first you've been going through the air and you've been rubbing up against people who are all filthy as well. So your lovely, I think you got a maroon cloak, Eri, didn't you?
I did, yeah.
That's now really quite black, apart from around the head. Ben, did you get a blue one, or am I making that up?
I have a blue one underneath the black one that
Okay.
I bought from the thing.
So the black one you...
I think it was grey, actually. It was like a dark grey that was basically black anyway. So
well,
I knew
it's
it
now
was
pretty
but-
black from the soot and the smoke and the black.
Yeah.
But you arrive at front door to Vivian's headquarters, and there is a few large gentlemen standing outside, and everyone is giving the front door a wide berth. I would possibly... guys might even get a little bit of reminiscent of the King's Palace back in Radis. Radis? Radish? Radus.
Radish!
It's a bit radish. These gentlemen stare down at you all. Very, very stern. You know, they've all got eyebrows like Ernest. You know, immediately pointing down. You know, proper diagonal angry face.
I'll wave. Hi! You were called?
You were just given a stone cold stare.
I definitely give a wing.
Am I speaking the wrong language? Do you understand Elvish? I can do an Elvish if you want. I was just saying Elvish.
There's
No?
cracking of knuckles, and a few hands reach into jackets, and you see glints of knives with a twist in them.
Oh, they want to spar. Okay. I pull out my halberd. It's like, are we? No. Oh, sorry. I thought this was a friendly place. My
I think
bad.
I put my hands in my pockets, wiggle them around a bit, and pull out my fingers.
So bad. I love it.
I just walk towards the one in the middle and say to his face, we have an appointment with Vivian. Like, nothing of the chaos behind me is happening.
I'm being embarrassing again.
He looks down at you, nods, and then says, "No weapons, other than ours." Know what that means?
Body is a weapon.
Would I know the procedure, actually, for me to know how to act?
So what that means is that no weapons other than ours means only the types of knives that they make are allowed in, and so they look at Ren with a giant fucking halberd.
But do we know where we have to put them, and am I sure that we can pick them up after? That's what I'm asking.
Oh yes, this is standard procedure. You know, you don't carry in massive weapons other than the symbol of your affiliation and loyalty to the gang. There's essentially a cupboard just in the front door, but Ren will need to hand over his weapon.
Are they just looking at Ren, or do I usually give away my weapons?
Well, the weapon that you have is your twisted knife, right?
Yeah, but I have plenty of those. Only.
In which case, yes, you would have to provide all of the different weapons you all have.
Yeah, I think I'll just look a bit annoyed, but look at the others.
Well,
moving-
can we maybe make a roll where I'm making such a big hoo-ha about having to put my weapon down that maybe Leah can go past with all their daggers? I'm asking if I can do a performance or a deception of some kind. Right.
Yeah, the DC is going to be really, really high on this. These are bodyguards of the leader of a gang.
Can I give Bardic Inspiration? I almost called that Baridic.
Veridic.
Veridic inspiration.
If you can say how you give him Bardic Inspiration for this.
Give him a little tap on the bum on the way past.
You slap his ass. Okay, sure. Yes,
Go
okay.
get him, boy.
As I said, this is going to be a very hard DC because these are bodyguards, but...
And I am actively doing this, so I am going to give myself a little bit of guidance.
And at the same time, I am already cooperating. So,
So would that be deception or performance?
Has to be performance.
I've been taught by the best. And I'm going to use my inspiration.
Yes!
So much better. Oh, love that. Okay, so I got that, and I'm going to use the bardic inspiration that
Is that still a D6 or is it now a D8?
I think it's a d6 until one more level. I think you
Right,
get the thing at level 6. I think I'll have to double check later.
Yeah, let's do it with double 6 for now.
Okay, so how does a 23 sound?
Just. I think I said it like 21. Like, it was a very, very hard check. So, between the two comedic fools in the background, you know, making a big deal about handing over this, I can imagine there's like a pratfall and stuff in the background. And the fact that Ren was pulling out his weapon meant that they are more focused on Ren. Leah is also a known person. So you said you were already handing over some knives?
I was about to. I at least have one in my hand.
Yeah, you can hand over that knife. They're not going to frisk you for the rest. Ben and Eritrea, because you have kind of pissed them off at the very start, you guys are both getting frisked.
I'm fine with that.
I don't think either of you have anything to hide.
No.
Let me just quickly see how well they do frisk you, though. Ooh, so Ren, they do find the small box with chalk in it. They find the small box, open it up, see it's some chalk. Yeah, and just give it back to you. They are identifying it's not a weapon.
Talk it down to nothing.
Oh dear. And you are let in. Very big, heavy door. Imagine like the door to like 10 Downing Street in the UK. Very smart, you know, matte black. Gold handle, which is opened for you. And enter the inside. As I described before, it's really packed on the lower floors. There's lots and lots of gang members in here. You can see like these special knives, which I think, as I've described before, it looks like a normal blade, but it twists 180 degrees as it goes up. Got this spiral pattern. Those are, you know, very much on display. You see people with 2 or 3 of them, and you can imagine if you've somehow managed to earn a couple, it could even be a sign of, like, respect or hierarchy. There's gambling and there's drinking. There's lots of stern looks to all of you. A couple of nods towards Leah, but you were also there earlier, so it's not like a surprise that you're here. And you are pointed up towards the stairs, but Leah, you know where you're going. You are heading right to the top, 5 floors up. And once again, all the floors are pretty much the same. It's dark, it's candle lit, it's dirty, it's smelly. There's cigarette smoke hanging in the air and just general smog as well. But you reach the top, and the top is nearly empty. There's just one double set of doors, and what looks like a small bar area, at which is sitting a familiar face for Leah, a very stocky dwarf with a large two-handed mace bent on the floor next to him.
Can I, sorry, before anything happens, can I get some, like, a message to Leo using our connection and just kind of be like, just a reminder, this is still active, so if you need to let us know anything, please do.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, the dwarf is, like, just leaning on the bar a bit, just looking at the stairs. He hears you come up. Twice in one day, Leah. You're making up for lost time.
Yeah, I missed you.
I missed you too, little one. But I fear I might be the only one. You're not in good stead.
Anything you can tell us before we go speak to her? Anything about her mood? Anything we should know?
A little bit on edge, more than usual, but more than usual if that was even possible. But also quite interested in the other two friends you've brought.
Well, good thing they're here then.
We are interesting folk.
That might not necessarily always be a good thing.
I find being
lucky you
interesting is a wonderful thing. Like, I would say you're interesting. You're the only person that's allowed to bring a weapon that's not all spirally. You're very interesting.
Well, the tallest candle gets burnt first.
Damn it.
That is true. That's true.
Crush my dreams.
Tusune we trust.
Well, go on in then. You have free entry for now. Good luck.
Great.
Why does he have to make a height joke?
I'm a dwarf. Do I make height jokes?
I want to enter like Aragon. I open the two doors like this.
I know
Yeah.
exactly the fucking gif you're talking about as well.
And slowly looking up at her. Hopefully she's in front of us.
You know the layout of this room. It's a very, very long room. Imagine a bit like a company boardroom, like where the CFO and CEO would sit. And there is a very fine ornate desk at the end. This room is full of finery. There is, look like antique chests of drawers and bureaus, and every surface has got all kinds of trinkets and stuff on. Most notably, everything here is pristine. This is the only clean place you have ever seen in the city so far. It's extremely well lit, not just with, candles sitting around, but these beautiful ornate gas lanterns hanging. Not even gas lanterns. They look like lanterns, and they're a ball glowing inside, but they don't look like they're running on the simple candles or oil-fired gas. These perhaps could even be magical. Can't quite tell through the frosted glass of the paint. But it's very well lit. There's not a shadow in any corner. And sitting at the end of the desk, not looking up at you, but scribbling away with a very fine peacock-length quill, is in fact Vivienne. How do I describe Vivienne? She gives off a very matronly feel. She is wearing what looks like quite a tight corset, but it's covered in beautiful embroidery and these large angular shoulder pads, which go out quite a long way, giving her a very pointy, a bit like the queen on a chessboard kind of look. This is regal and powerful. She's sitting up completely straight in this very ornate chair with this beautiful thick bronze and gold inlaid, almost like neck collar, keeping her very high up. Her hair is done up in a bit like a queen's bee bun at the very top. Very, I think matronly is possibly the best, right? Evil matron. is the kind of feel we're going for here. Everything is, blacks with gold and copper being woven throughout. And she is not looking up at you as she is looking down at whatever she is scribbling along with the quill. She is not... she's not looking up at you guys or paying attention to the fact that you guys have entered. I am going to say... Leah and Eritrea, I'm going to want you both specifically to tell me what your passive perception is. Not you, Ren, but I will explain why.
14.
14?
Dumb question, but passive persuasion, is that in skills?
Passive perception.
It's the
Perception,
one.
sorry.
It's the one underneath skills.
It should be a little box at the very end.
Ah. Passive wisdom perception. Yeah, 12.
12. Okay. Fortunately, I really wish that was the other way around. One of the things you notice in the room is there is a large, like, a cork board off to one side, which always has some kind of notice, and they look like flyers, but you can imagine it's more, not that she's getting advertisements, but the fact that she knows what's going on at all points of the city. I will say one thing that both Leah and Eritrea notice, but Ren wouldn't pay any attention to, is there is a drawing on there. It's nailed to this chalkboard by one of these knives. And it's very, very clearly the drawing of Leah's female persona.
Oh.
Interesting.
Given that Leah is got a bit higher perception, your eyes are drawn to a very unassuming bit of space by the door. It's completely empty, just a bit of carpet on the floor. But the reason your eyes are drawn to this is that this is where 12-ish years ago you completed your initiation ceremony. That is where it happened.
Okay.
I think might speak to Leah with the connection again. Just be like, have you seen this? Isn't that you? On
It is
the
me.
board? Is this okay? Why are you on the board? Do they suspect?
I don't know. And I don't want to find out.
Eritrea is trying her hardest not to have facial expressions while doing this conversation. it's very hard, but she's trying her hardest.
It's okay.
I look at her, focusing, and just like, you're doing great. Nodding.
Thank you. Okay, yeah, okay. You doing alright?
Yeah.
You got this. We're here.
We'll say you got this. I look at the empty space with a lot of fear in my eyes, but I start walking towards the desk.
Okay. Yeah, it's quite normal for her that when she has a visitor like yourself, is that you need to come and present yourself to her. She's not going to welcome you in warmly.
Yeah. No. I'm going to be nice. No, I don't want to. Sorry, I changed my mind. What's on our desk? Is it
There's an inkwell for her quill, there's a quill holder, there's a few reams of paper, there's looks like a large spherical crystal that is currently being used as a paperweight. Anything like that catch your fancy?
No, I don't want to steal anything. I just want to take my twisted knife and, like she digged her into my picture, I just want to dig her in one of her paper and say, good afternoon.
She will pause as she looks at the thing you just stabbed. Blunt as ever, but it is certainly very good you have returned. Welcome
Okay.
back, Leah. How was your little adventure?
Do you care to we skip the small talk?
No? I've not got holiday drawings for me? I could always use some more art on this wall.
Look at the wall like if it was the first time I was seeing it. I don't have much to say to you. I got some money for the orphanage. I achieved my goal.
Excellent. And you even brought some new friends.
I did. This is
Are
right.
they going to introduce themselves, or do I need to try and read their minds?
Hi, I'm Ren. Nice to meet you. And I'll put my hand out to shake for like a good 3 seconds. I'm like, oh, of course, of course. I'm a traveling paladin of Sune.
Yeah. You can call me Eritrea.
Wonderful. Ben and Eritrea and Leah. You've thrown your lot in with Leah then? For your stay here?
Of course. Leah's a friend.
Wonderful, you've made some friends. Very important.
Why are we here?
Well, the deal that we had is completed. You left. You have come back. Just within the deadline. I was going to send Noemi to go and find you. That would have been fun. But you are here.
We already seen her, actually.
I'm aware.
Did you... Oh. What did she say?
Oh, I haven't spoken to her. But, of course, you were in the bar that I literally own.
Actually, could you tell me about the discussion you had with her whilst I was gone? About the, arrangement you made between the both of us?
Yes. Well, I was certainly displeased that you decided to go against my wishes. Of course. But then again, you were fleeing the city, so the best time to do it, I suppose. Well, yes, I had a chat with my daughter, and after a deep conversation, of course, full of motherly love and yada yada yada, we
Can I
decided it's
insight
best.
check?
Yeah, I was going to say inside check.
This specific bit?
On which bit?
If it was as motherly as she's saying, I'm gathering. 'Cause that's what
Yeah.
I want to insight check as
Insight check,
Actually,
both of you,
on
please.
I will insight check the yada 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 to know what happened.
well.
13.
13.
Oh,
Okay, so the motherly love bit, you can tell that's not really true. It sounds like she approached this in the way that she would approach any situation, which is, you work for me, even if it's her daughter. And the yada 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 bit, with a 13, you can tell some more words were spoken. You cannot get any insight about what they were. Yes. Unfortunately, with a 13, you can't grab too much from yada yada yada.
that's okay.
But yes, my daughter and I came to our own arrangement, and not only are you back together, it's progressed a stage. Oh, I heard the engagement was wonderful.
I know I never dare to speak to you about this relationship with you before, but you
What is
are
there
aware
to talk about?
it is not working. She's unhappy. It's your daughter. Don't you care?
Well, that's the thing. After our conversation, she's actually very happy with it. Did you not
Why?
get that
What
from when
changed? Nothing changed. I am still a nobody. I do not understand why I'm part of this story.
And that's exactly how it will stay, I guess, if you're not interested in finding out more. But I certainly won't be telling you. I'm going to say it's not for me to say.
Who should tell me then?
Noemi can if she wishes, but that's entirely up to her. So be careful, you do know the saying. If I'm going to tell you, I would have to kill you after.
Sounds like you need to speak to her. I use psychic connection.
Unfortunately, yes.
You
Yeah.
should.
So, well, did you bring me a gift from your travels?
No, my backpack was full.
We're the
Such-
gift.
You are the gift. Are you coming to work for us then?
We are not the gift.
no.
We are not the gift. No.
Just to
no.
look at, you know, it's more of a visual gift. To gaze upon.
Do you have more things to say in this appointment? Because maybe we came with a gift which is coming in the form of a deal.
Oh, you wish to make more deals?
Maybe.
I mean, I'm not really sure what else you could give me. You do work for me. Not like you'll be leaving the city anytime soon. You've used up that lifeline. And of course, you've got all the deals with my daughter to arrange. I do hope you'll be doing a nice big wedding. And not too long. Long engagements never work out.
Sorry, just to go back on that, like, what happened if I marry your daughter? Like, do I have a say in what's happening in the city? Or what is my role here?
Your role is to make my daughter happy for as long as she decides.
But I don't, and I'm incapable of this.
The situation has changed. Now, my wonderful daughter Naomi is now much more amenable. And, you know, if you stick around and pay attention, you might learn something.
We will win so much time and energy if you could tell me now.
Yes, but I'm not going to.
Yeah.
If I
I
gave
get
away
that.
any information just because somebody thought they might like it, I'd be out of a job. Speaking of jobs, you're back in the city, you're back under my employ officially. And so, we immediately have use of you.
What do you mean?
I have a job for you tonight. Well, not just tonight, a couple of nights going forward.
What is it?
Are you going to be taking this tone for the entirety of your tenure? You stop throwing a strop.
I'm not taking any turns.
Wonderful. Anyway, unfortunately, that strapping reprobate, Toga Don, is, I suspect he's doing something I don't want him to be doing for now. So, I need you to head across the river to the warehouses, and just keep an eye on one of them for a couple of days. See who's coming, who's going, what's going on around there. I thought I'd break you in something nice and easy. You might have fallen out of your skills in your time away.
I heard that someone was killing people in the street at the moment. Can you tell me more about this?
Myth, rumour, and hit. There have been a couple of incidental fatalities. Some people have it in their heads there's a monster going round or a serial killer. I doubt it will come to anything, so it's not your purview to be worried about. Or at least to do anything about.
You are not worried about it?
If I was worried, I would do something about it. But
And it looks like you're not.
you,
Can I
this one is
fight
perceptive.
it?
Yes.
Oh.
You may insight check me.
You may.
It's
You may.
15.
15. You get... What do you get with 15? What are you insight checking for?
I want to know if she cares a minimum to know if it is worth for us to do the deal.
Your 15 is actually quite good. That is a hard skill check level.
Mhm.
And although she's quite cold, you've had a few interactions with her and you've seen how she does business. This feels like a veiled order not to get involved. She's saying that she doesn't really care, but it felt more like an order. Make of that
Okay.
what you will.
I will go against the order then. Do you want to hear about our deal?
Your deal? Or deal?
Mm-hmm.
I'm surprised you're ready to make one so quickly.
Yeah.
Is this
Quite a deal,
overriding our other deal? Are you making
already said that deal,
your own home open for business?
No.
We wouldn't ask much from you, and we will give a lot in return.
Oh, that's my favourite type of deal.
I know.
Although I'm confused about what you think you have to offer me at this point.
Our lives.
I already have yours.
I know, but in a different way, with a different goal. Like I said, I am a nobody. Inaya is a nobody, even though I don't like saying that. We are good fighter and thief, but you can find other like us in the city. And we are not really asking you to protect the orphanage, really. It's just us asking you to don't recruit our children. So we would just ask from you to free us, Inaya and I, and continue to don't recruit. Let me finish, please. The children. In exchange, we could take care of this person or creature killing so many of your employees. I am sure it's terrible for your business, and that would help you greatly if you succeed. I didn't tell you about all the adventures we did over the past few months, but we accomplished many amazing things and we got better at it. We could do that. We can do this.
And, being the one out of the big three to solve the problem, that'd give you so much rep. You might be
Yes.
able to even start pinching from your allies. Well, not allies, your mutual city dwellers.
Mm-hmm.
So it looks like a win-win to you, and you don't lose anything, because it's clear you don't care about my friend Leah here. So if we die along the way, then there's one less opposition for the orphanage.
So, I'm sorry. Let me just get this very straight, because I'm not certain whether you were listening at all. You're now offering that I get rid of an accomplished thief, an extremely accomplished fighter, both of which have already dedicated themselves to me and proven their loyalty and blood. And get rid of, keep up the agreement we already have with the orphanage, in return for solving a problem I just told you I don't care about.
But to be the one to cure that problem, you'll be
A problem
in
I
favor of
don't
everyone.
care. Are you listening?
You don't care about people getting murdered that are doing your bidding. So, why do you care about us or Leah?
They have use.
And
Whatever
your
this
other
is
people
will
like-
sort itself out. Or at least it will burn itself out, at least.
What if it comes to bite you in the ass? Per se.
It shall find me quite a tougher deal.
It's okay. It's okay. If you don't want to hear our deal now, then just know that it's an open deal. And you want to reapproach us with this deal, feel free. Now, I'm pretty sure you've just sent our darling friend here to go and spy, so we'll get on that for you. But please, we don't want to waste any more of your valuable time.
Excellent.
I'll just look at you, Ren, like with eyes saying, "Are you sure?" How would you respond with your face?
I'll wink with my left eye.
You have 2 days tell me a report on what's going on at the warehouse. Blythe will let you know where it is. He's got the details.
I get up and take a little bit aggressively my knife back. And get out.
Oh, there was
On
one
the
other
way-
thing.
Oh, yeah.
She was waiting as you were about to leave. It is most perplexing. At the time that you left, with my blessing, we had another one of our friends also appear to disappear without it. Most frustrating. Girl on the
Without-
wall.
Oh,
Well,
she's
I
in Radis. I saw her dancing in Radis in one of the pubs.
Really?
We haven't been in Radis for months, so
So,
last I saw in Radis.
and Leah was there, I suppose, with you.
Yeah. I was with Leah that night actually.
Yeah.
Leah and I had a very, very fun night that night. So it's hard to forget.
So another one of my workers disappears at the same time you do, and is then seen with you later.
So
You
why
wouldn't
would
happen
they
to
be...
know anything
wait,
about
wait,
it,
wait,
would
wait,
you,
wait,
Leah?
wait. Why would they be following us?
Following you.
Oh, did you send someone to follow us?
Did you?
This girl really looked like Noemi.
No.
Ah. I guess I might as well just ask it straight up, since getting through. Did you also organise leaving with somebody else under my employ? Yeah?
Let me think, like, I'm panicking.
Good, that is perfect.
I'm sure that my friends are not lying. However, I did not see this girl in Radus, and I left the city alone.
It is
Fascinating.
true that they did not make contact. My interactions with Leah that night were separate.
But you just happened to run into another one of my employees.
Well, yeah, I went to dance with Ren later in the night. Leah was having some issues and they went to bed early.
Fascinating. Well, good day. Let's
It
go
is.
back to writing.
Can
As
I
if you
do
were never there.
one last insight on did she believe this or not? It's 18.
18. She's quite old-faced, so you can't quite tell if she believed you. But I'm going to say this 18 was running throughout the conversation. She was genuinely asking whether you took another employee with you against her.
Okay. Okay. Getting out. Almost forgetting to stop by Blythe because he's supposed to give us information.
Yeah, he's still sitting out there, but now with a piece of paper in his hands. Like, where did that go well, Leah? You know me, I wasn't listening in. Honest answer, did it go well?
Of course not. Never goes well.
So, you're back with us permanently then.
Is that for us? I'm pointing at the paper.
Oh, yes, it's the warehouse you meant to look over. And, obviously, to let you know, although you already know, I still want to make sure you didn't forget, it's likely she's going to have somebody watching you watch them. I really don't think she trusts you, but
Yeah, I gathered.
been a bit more on edge since
Do you... Since?
I think the murders are getting to her, but she doesn't say so, certainly. And you know, she has made it clear that she's not doing anything to stop it.
Really, I came out of the room like really angry and sad. And when Blythe said that, I'm just like tap his shoulder. I'm like, it's always so good to see you, Blythe. Because saying when he says that, it's just give Leah some hope back. You
Well-
are about to say something, Ryan.
It's good. I caught myself. I can't reveal my plan yet.
Were you about to say in front of live, we should kill her?
Yeah. No. My plan is a lot more devious than that.
Ooh.
Well, Joy, it looks like you've got a few nice evenings over the river.
Yeah.
Always good to get a breath of fresh air.
Is that supposed to be a joke?
You haven't been across the river, have you?
Is it nicer across the river?
Nicer
You
across
like
the river.
rivers?
Oh yeah, grass is always greener. Yeah. You're a funny man. I like you. You're cool. I guess I'll start walking.
All right. Well, watch yourself, Leah. Have a good one.
Yeah.
And head back down the stairs. Collect your weapons from the cupboard, and step out into the street again.
How does Eri feels like right now? Does she look annoyed?
Yeah.
When we are further away from the building, I just ask like, "Are you okay? How do you feel?" Out loud.
I just don't know if Ren opened his big trap was a good thing, or if it's helped us, or any other situation is just a little frustrating. I don't know, I'm not angry at anyone, but this just feels impossible. I feel like the mission you were given was just like a way for them to watch you, and obviously now your other persona might be in the limelight. I was thinking this earlier, actually. I was saying this in the connection, by the way.
You see,
Are you sure? Because it is quite funny if she doesn't.
Yeah.
And
No, I'm sure. That's what initially that was my intention. I thought we were.
can we just have a rule that if you're talking in your mind, you do just go like this, just physically, so we can understand.
Okay.
Because I thought you just blew something wide
No.
open.
Because I asked out loud. Okay.
Okay. What was I?
And now she's on to my other persona.
Yeah, and if they figure this out, that both of you disappeared at the same time, this is bad.
Yeah. I won't answer because Ren is like next to us, and being silenced too long would be weird. Ryan,
Aye.
care to explain your wink back in the office? Like, do you have an idea?
I guess I'll look around, and is there anyone in earshot right now?
Perception check.
Thank you.
Can we help?
Then when you're being quite conspiratorial, yeah, I can imagine all of you going.
Is it okay if I just appear for 2 seconds? The cat has done a stinker and I can't breathe.
Yeah, sure, no problem.
Thank you.
I got a 15 in mine.
15, and Leah?
+4.
Ah, so 19.
19. So, can you pull up the map and say where you are?
I don't know where this meeting took place.
It took place. That's a good point. I forgot to tell you. Say it was. I think if you're at the Blue Factory,
Yeah.
head east, and it's the first blue block there. And I would say it was roughly in the centre of that. That's where it was.
And we're heading to.
You haven't said where you're heading, so I guess you guys can decide where to.
I say we. There is a job for us, for Leah to do. Oh, that picture's cool as hell, sorry. Just trying to remember what area is called again.
Well, it's almost the evening, so we could walk towards the river. We could speak to Noemi first. It's up to you. We still have a little bit of time.
Well, if we start heading... I've got way too many tabs open for D&D, damn. If we head towards the river front bit, just so we can see whereabouts our job is. Sorry.
Okay, I'll say you're
Braveheart.
in. So if you keep heading directly east, there's like the long road heading towards the river. I'll say you're like at the crossroads. Unfortunately, I can't point you to anything.
Did you think of my idea for Roll20?
Oh bollocks! No, I will
Well,
sort that
for
out next time.
Yeah, yeah. But yeah, I can kind of figure out. Like, basically, I want to be at the water. When
Yeah, let's just say you're by the river's bank.
Is that okay with everyone?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I guess we'll do our perception there. Can I see anyone actively trying to listen in to us right now?
So there's a few people. There's less people like right up along the bank. You know, there's people diving into the various streets, but at this time, the river bank seems to be okay. With a 19, you do see a couple of people sitting on the rooftop. They do appear to be looking down at you, but you're pretty confident they'd be out of any earshot. In fact, they'd be completely out of earshot. The city is still loud, although my music for it has stopped. Yeah.
Cool. I guess I'm also actively like whispering as well. So if you want me to roll for that, that's fine. Okay, so weird ass meeting to begin with. Really had to bite my tongue. If I had my weapon with me, that would have gone differently. Horrible situation you're in. We're gonna get you out of this. Obviously, she's lying about the murder's not bothering her because Boyo said as soon as we left. All we have to do is make it a bigger problem for her directly. Then she can't hide that it's bothering her.
Okay.
So I'm thinking we sabotage the area, making it look like it's the thing. One of her places. So we need to investigate what this thing is.
Yeah.
Either direct it to an area, but I'd rather not kill people for it. I want to destroy a building. Serafina would be perfect here. But I want to destroy a building. I want to make it look like it's that thing. So she has to admit that it's a problem. We can use it as a bargaining chip for the deal that we've laid on the table. We let it as an open one. We're going to do the job like they've asked. Obviously, the paladin wouldn't be there because I stick out like a sore thumb. So I'll go and actively make a presence in some of the areas while also figuring out, also doing some investigating on the monster. Because
Okay.
I wouldn't go to a lookout because I'm giant. I normally shine and sit in like lights, and I can't see for shit. So I go and figure out what this monster thing is by talking to some of the people at the brothels, while looking like I'm doing my job. And I will do some investigations on the monster while you go and figure out who's going to be watching you. Did you tell us that Ania's job changed?
Inaya.
No,
Anaya, sorry.
but frankly, I want to do a friendly metagaming here because I was about to say, like, I'm pretty sure it could be Inaya watching
Yeah,
me.
I was going to say, as soon as I mentioned, it's like it's Anaya. It's 100% going to be Anaya. So at least we know who's watching you. So you could possibly watching you. So we could maybe strike a deal.
Oh, I
with
thought you
Anaya.
meant Inaya was doing the murders when you said it like that.
No, like
No.
someone got sent to spy on Leah, spying on the warehouse for Togatan. I'm trying. There's a lot of names. I've
did not
written them
come
all
up with
down. I've written them all down. I'm trying my best, okay? But like, so if you can locate Anaya, get her to vouch that you're there, then we can sort out. Like after I do some investigation, we can figure out what kind of destruction we want to do.
I mean, yes, definitely I can do that. Just in case she says no, just in case it's not her. I think you're more than capable to investigate yourself, even though I like it and I'm good at it, but I'm sure you could do that tonight because you're not going to watch with me. That'll be weird. I think there must be a way for you to blend in a little bit. Like, I know we are always watch, but like, trust me, you can keep some secret from her. It is possible. So if you do a little relooking and make sure to lost people that are following you and make sure to have a good perception around you, it's possible.
I try my best.
So should we split the party, like the two of you, or should we have 3 different jobs?
I know what we need to do is figure out where your lookout point's going to be, so that can be our re-meetup point. Because obviously your friends would come and check on you, give you food and all that kind of stuff. And if
I'll show you the map.
cool, I don't know. Actually, it would probably be easier to go with Harry, because I'm a bit stupid when it comes to most people.
What do you need from me?
To be your charming self while we go to some sleazy places.
Can't believe I'm going to miss that.
Yeah. I'm up for a good time. Been a while.
I mean, it's still not night right now. Like, I can do
No,
this
it's
first
not.
part with you guys.
Yeah, I mean, we could all like. It's like afternoon, isn't it?
Yeah.
Alright,
It would have been meal for a couple of hours, then you had to travel through. It's late afternoon, early evening.
Mm.
I will probably say one thing.
Oh no.
Vivian standing right behind you. No. You're at the bank of the river. You can see over the river. You can see that the cloud of smog and smoke doesn't exist on the other side of the river.
The grass is literally green now.
You can see grass on the other side. You can see the, orangey hues of the sun setting being reflected on this bright white mountain that this city is partially carved into on the other side of the river. You can see, it's still industrial. There's ships going on over the river. There's definitely a dock on the other side, but you can almost see sky. Not quite because of the angle you're at. You can almost see the sky on it.
Once walked here. It's beautiful.
Mhm.
I think there's a slight snippet of backstory, I guess, for Eritrea, but Eritrea's middle name is Dawn, and the parents that she never met had given her this name and told the orphanage about it, and it had been given to her because it meant light breaking the darkness.
Oh?
So this scene is emotional for Eritrea.
Oh.
It's okay. But we wouldn't know, right? Except if we were looking at her this moment.
Mr. You're reading my mind.
I am not. I can only speak. Yeah. So what's the plan? I need to watch really soon. I need to speak to Noemi. We need to investigate. I can stay a little bit with you. So
You're gonna make me say, aren't you? Okay. Let's go to the brothel.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, let's.
I have a lot of friends there actually. So it'll be nice to see them again.
Yeah,
I'm not
that's
sure how to
that's
take
cool, that's
that.
cool.
Like,
You're
yes.
friends, like.
Chaos Queen.
Oh, I mean that's still cool. Still cool.
They always have the best information.
Wait, friends, not fiancés, right?
Not that I know of, no.
There more? sorry.
Just checking, okay, because it was a shock last time.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
you player.
you do know where there are a fair few bottles in the city. I'm probably going to say this is where we're going to close the episode, with you guys having a bit of a plan of what to do, what to go forward, and it sounds like we're going to do a few big scenes going forward. I now have some fun stuff to create for next week.
I can create more NPCs if you want.
Yeah, I need your brothel friends.
Okay.
Or brothel sprouts. So, yeah. We will end it there. You guys are walking down the bank, with darkness on one side, light on the far side of the river. Well aware that on the roofs opposite, people are also following you. And that's where we'll end. Thank you all very much.
Thank you.
What an interesting session. This is very, very narrative conflict heavy, because it's all very political talking. Don't worry, we'll all be getting into some fights and stuff going forward, so we can roll some more dice.
Yeah, honestly, it's not something I'm overly worried about right now, because what's happening is it's also really fun. So, like, when that comes, great,
Yeah.
but for now, like, doesn't need to be rushed. You know what I mean? Like, I'm having fun.
Yeah, literally, it's such like a complex web. Like I literally have been making freaking notes and everything, trying to figure out how best to connect everything.
It's just very, it's in a very intricate story, so it's very like, what's the word? Engaging.
I am ridiculously happy to hear that.
And I can tell there's going to be a couple of combats brewing already.
Yeah.
There's a couple of people I need to smack, so it's fine. I'm allowing them their screen time before it gets to the end of the season. Like, it's your season, buddy. It was great. Thank you for coming. So biting my tongue throughout the whole of the Vivian bit, I was like, you dick. How dare you talk to me like this? I was like, I haven't got my weapon.
Yeah.
I even came up with a backup plan. If it went violent, I was like, cool, there's a two-handed warhammer outside. I'll just go get that. I don't care if the dwarf's holding at the time. He won't be for long. So I was making notes. And obviously, I didn't do the whole bit, the poster bit to. It's just like Ren's an idiot when it comes to that kind of stuff. It's like, that person. I figured it'd make good storytelling, and also I was trying to get you out of hot water at the same time. So it's like, oh yeah, this will be fine. And I did it, and I was like, oh cool.
No, I love when we do that because it is not metagamey. On the contrary, it's doing the opposite, and it's not like putting myself in the feet, like because it just makes everything interesting. No, I love it.
I agree.
I didn't think you were gonna do the thing for Noemi. Like, were you trying to plan it as Noemi instead?
It's just I realized that I made them look the same, so now I have to explain why.
That would have been an interesting angle. I'm sorry I ruined that. I thought for the story that was really fun.
Oh, I thought that was because the way that you do your shapeshifting is it's things you've seen. I thought then your character was being built. You built that character kind of on Noemi.
Well, I just realized that now. It wasn't on purpose.
We will retcon that shit in. I love it.
Yeah, that's cool.
It was
Does that mean Does that mean you've actually seen Aaliyah, or is like the persona you use now? Have you seen that before, or is that one you created all yourself?
Sorry, I don't understand the question.
Well, obviously, obviously the whole changeling thing. Your default form is the pale, long, white hair one. The one that you go around adventuring in, which is I call it Leah because obviously, to my mind, obviously that's Leah to me. Did you see that? Does your character see that one before, or is that one that your character would have?
Oh, that's such a good question. Well, maybe I'm not going to answer and come up with something.
Cool. I just food for thought it was because I've been thinking about it the whole time. I was like, so if that one's based on that one, I'm pretty sure when you reveal that one, like out of the scene, you said there was more. So I'm just intrigued to see what.
I already have a good idea. I'm going to tell Greg.
I love it. I would just say I'm gonna just end the stream there. So thank you everyone for coming and watching.
Guys.
That was a lot of fun.